Hiya guys, Nigel here with you again with another video. And yes, I've still got my bloody cold and streaming eyes and God knows what. Apparently there's loads of it about. I've just found out my poor cousin down in South Wales, he was in bed for 2 weeks and he's now on his 5th or 6th week of having it. So I hope it goes quicker than that. But if you are getting it, it sort of starts off with a really dry, horrible, tickly cough, and then it just turns into this snot fest. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, you know what I mean. And yeah, it's horrible. You put your head down and go to sleep, and everything in my life is messed up at the moment. I'm finding myself out of bed at 5 o'clock and still in bed at 1 o'clock, and then back in bed at 3 o'clock. Oh, it's just ridiculous. So anyway, as you know, I went to Telford last Saturday. It's Friday today, Friday the 19th of November 2021, and I really didn't buy much at all, so I thought I'd make up for it this week. So when we go to the overhead cam, you'll see I've got a new cutting mat. I've got two actually. I've bought an A4 and an A3 and an A2. So I think they're going to be a lot better for viewing. So let's see what happens. I've also been on the Hannants website, and I've been on Amazon and bought a model because I thought it looked cheap. So I'll do a review now of the stuff. We'll have a look at the stuff that I've bought in this little stash from Hannants, and then I'll do a separate kit review for the other one, in-box review for the kit I've bought. So without further ado, let's get this box on the bench and have a look. So, box from Hannants, as usual with Hannants, always well packaged. Good thing with buying from a professional model supplier. They understand the products. I've bought stuff before from other people that put paint bottles in the kit box, and then when the kit comes, all the paint's been rolling around and smashed all the parts off the sprues. Yes, I shan't mention any names. So what have we got in here? This is a set of wheels, 8-spoke front wheel for the Hobby Boss kit. This is for the B24 J. Here we've got, this looks a bit worn, this box. This is a set of wheels for the Lancaster, for the Hong Kong models kit. So we'll see how they look. Here I've got some exhaust and superchargers, or turbochargers, I think they are really, for the B24. We've got the quick boost propellers for the B24. Even though I did my own extensions, I think the hubs look a lot nicer. And then here we've got, I don't remember ordering these. See, this is one of the things you've got to be careful of with Hannants. If you go on the Hannants website and you add stuff to your cart, it stays there forever until you buy it. So you've got to be really, really careful. So obviously I've gone in, I've done a list of stuff, and when these first came out, these are the Montex mini masks for the B24. I've added them to my cart, and then they're still there. So I've got these and I didn't even want them. So anyway, and then we've got some decals in here, decals, and these are a second lot I've bought because the last lot I bought went with the kit when I sold it. But these are the walkway stencils and everything. I shan't be using the roundels. I've got DM models masks for those, but yeah, we've got the roundels and everything there for the and all the stencils for the Lancaster. So I'm not sure what's going to come with the Border Models kit. While we're on the button of the Border Models kit, I have spoken to Border Models via email twice this week. One is to ask for, if you've seen my review of the BF109, I've done a sort of build review just to see what the kit's like, and not to see what it's like accuracy wise, not to see how I paint it or how I weather it or how good I am or bad I am at building it. It's to see how good or bad a kit it is. And there's a couple of issues in the instructions which I'm not going to worry about. I mean, Christ, you know, look at Dragon. Their instructions are still shit today as they've always been, and they've been making kits for years. They do say, don't they, the best piece of aftermarket you can get for a Dragon kit is a new set of instructions. So I'm not really worried about that. There's only a couple of left and right swap over bits that were wrong. The bit that did concern me was the grey plastic in place of clear plastic. And that's obviously where you've got a manufacturer that doesn't really understand, or the person who's doing design work doesn't understand what it is. You know, you and I, who make model aircraft, or modelers, or aircraft enthusiasts, whatever, wouldn't dream of making the wingtip lights out of grey plastic. You know they're going to be clear. Or don't bother, just mould them in and we'll paint them silver and red and that, you know. So, whatever. But, so So yeah, but the plastic is a dream to work with. So yeah, I asked them the question, is the Lancaster going to be the same plastic? They've replied yes. So that is really good news, because that stuff is gorgeous to work with. And I also pointed out about the clear parts, and they had the grey plastic on the on their CAD models. They've got the armour plate behind the engineer is grey, and the actual the transparency, astronome, I can never remember that bloody word, and the camera goes on. You switch the camera on, guys. If you're not a YouTube guy, you won't know what I mean, but if you are, you'll know what I mean. You switch the camera on, brain's gone. You know, you can't think of anything. So yeah, the astrodome is also grey plastic, or grey in the CAD model. So I just wanted to confirm, and they said, yeah, don't worry, and thank you for asking. So they're very polite actually with their responses and everything. So there we go. So let's have a look at all this stuff, and we'll see what it's like. So right, what should we start with? Let's put this out of the way first. So these are the stencils. So I won't get them out, there's no point, you can see them there. But basically these are all the stencils that are missing in the Hong Kong models kit. You don't get any at all. Oh, this is the new mat, by the way, the grey, which I think is lovely. I noticed a lot of people use grey, so I thought I'd give it a go, see what it's like. So there we go. I've bought an A3 as well, so we can do models on the grey. So yeah, these are from Kit's World. I think they were, how much were these? Let me look at the invoice. They were £10.20. So that's with the VAT and everything. So yeah, that's the Kit's World Decal. So you've got all our stencils, lines. Well, we'd probably paint those anyway on something this size. You'd probably paint all this as well. But you know, the stencils and stuff are handy to have. So there we go for that one. Excuse me, a coughing. I don't want to stop the video because it means loads of editing. So this one, Montex mini mask for the B24J Liberator. Inside contains mask for painting the canopy inside and outside. I've never really understood the point of painting inside of canopies. If you do it, can you please tell me in the comments below why you do it and the benefits? Because I've never really understood why. Surely when you look through the canopy, you've got the outer layer and the inner layer of paint, and you'll see the inside layer when you look through, surely. Does it give you some sort of depth? Let me know in the comments below if you do it. And if you don't do it, please don't guess. I want to know somebody who actually does it, and you know why they do it. And if you do it and you don't know why you do it, then just tell me you don't know why you do it. But God, this is tight in here, blimey. So I'll get this out of here because I want to see what they're like, because these are vinyl, I believe, these Montex masks. And yes, they are. So these are vinyl masks rather than your kabuki tape. And the beauty of these is, if I show you these on here, the beauty of these, if the camera will focus, I think you can reuse them, which is dead handy. But, I mean, you can see there, if you're going to build a Liberator and not buy a masking set for it, you're a brave, brave man, or you've got too much time on your hands. I mean, look at that. You know, so this is inside and outside. I think this is inside and that's outside. And then we've got the actual main canopy there. We've got inside and outside. This one's outside, this one's inside. So yeah, very nice indeed. I do like vinyl masks. They it's like those DN masks. They're made of this vinyl material which is very thin, and they hold their shape better, I find. And the other beauty with them is, if you sort of just catch the corner of those kabuki tape masks, you've kind of had it. God knows how they get those in the factory. You must have some hell of a packing machine. Right, there we go. So there we are. That's that one taken care of. And those are, as I say, they are £6.60. I mean, that's not bad for that, as you got inside and outside as well. So Quick Boost propellers. Quick Boost are always very reasonably priced. They're part of Aries. The reason I got these, as I say, is because of these hubs. The hubs on the kit are very, very simple, and these look very, very nice. That's why I bought them. But if you go back and look at my B24 videos, I've already done the extensions. I've extended the prop blades. I don't know if you know, but the B24 kit, the prop blades are too short, so they're probably incorrectly shaped as well. But that's going to make a nice difference. So there we've got the resonance. You've got 3 of those and 4 of those. It says here I should have 4, and I have got 4. I can't count. 1, 2, 5, Oh, I don't know, yeah. So, here we go. That's those. They're all very nice. And they were the grand total of £12.99. So not quite as cheap as I thought they might be. Because Montex are usually, you know, they do like seats for £2 and stuff like that. But compared to my resin, they're a bargain, aren't they? Right, so these are the superchargers. They're actually turbochargers, I think, for the B17. And I saw these on a build video and I thought, wow, they look amazing. How on earth do you open these boxes? Oh, I see, it has to open that way, does it? I see there's some tape on there, right. So, I do love Edards brass. I know I sometimes pick on them for their, you know, having, you know, before you know it, I'll have a separate bloody photo etch set for each dial in the cockpit. I do like their brass. It's very, very nice and reasonably priced as well. So these are the superchargers. Okay, we'll call them superchargers because that's what they call them. And these are part number 632033, and they're a direct replacement for the kit parts. So we've got to cut the back end off the pipe there. If you look there, we've got to cut the back end off the pipe, or the front end off the pipe, should I say, and then fit the resin part to it. And we're doing the same there. So you've got the pipe coming up the side and then it goes up through. I've got lots of photographs of these. They are amazing. They're really, really nice to paint up in detail. It's a shame they're underneath and not on top, because they are, like on a P38, they're on top, but they're a thin material. I'm not sure what they are. They're some form of steel, I'm guessing. But they don't appear to rust from memory, but they're thin tin, so the colour you see on them is amazing. So, yeah, so that's outer engine and that's inboard. You can see the outer just comes straight out, and then the inboard comes up and through around the undercarriage bay and then out like that. So yeah, lovely. So they are very nice. And when I show you the resin, you'll see what I mean. They are quite stunning. There we go. Right. So we'll have a look in here. So there's our inboards. There's our outboards. And, yeah, really, really nice. Are they inboards or outboards? Sorry, they're outboards and they're inboards. So they are actually moulded. They're not 3D printed. It looks like they may have been 3D printed originally. I'm looking at a leg there, but there you go. You can see the detail on them. They are really, really nice. You got the outlet there with the flap in it. You can see there you got the flap in there. You got the screw detail and the vane detail. Really, really nice. And then you got these here, which are basically the same thing. Again, you got the flap in the exhaust. And then we've got these pipes on the side. These are the ones that are going to come out of the engine and then go up the side of the cowling up into the rear. Next to the, not sure what that is on there. That's part of the moulding. Right. So we'll get this back in the bag, get this back together. Not sure I like the way it's packaged there. They could all get damaged, couldn't they? Get rubbed together like that. So we'll put them back in their box nice and safe. And they are, from Hannants, they are, they're £8.60. So, you know, it's not bad at all for what you're getting. And then here we're going back to B24. So these are the B24 wheels and tyres. As you know, a B24 is a tri-legger, so we've got a nose wheel as well. I believe the main wheels are exactly the same as the B17. Funny thing is, if you start looking online, the wheels and tyres that come with the B24 kit, if you wanted to do it wheels up, they don't actually fit. So they're too big to fit into the undercarriage bay. So there we go. So we've got the wheels and tyres there. We've got our set of instructions. And as with always with Edar, we get the masks. So we've got the die cut masks there that you can just about make out. So that's for masking your wheels and tyres. And then we've got the, it looks like they've made these in one piece. So maybe they are the same as B17, but the B17 wheels come with separate hubs. It looks like these are all made in one piece. So yeah, we're just going to basically direct fit onto the plastic parts. It's telling us how to paint them there. And then we've got the centre hub there for the nose wheel. Got a little mudguard there, which is very nice. I imagine the plastic part is a bit heavy, but there we go. So we'll have a look at these, see what these are like. So we've got our main wheels. This board absolutely stinks. So we've got our main wheels there. They are weighted and they are beautifully detailed, very finely cast. Really, really nice. So you can see the detail on the wheel there, which is, how close can I get? There we go. It's lovely. And then we've got the lovely tread pattern on there. And then going over, again, we've got that beautiful detail on the wheel. You can see how sharp it all is. Got the tyre lettering on there, Goodyear and everything. So yeah, really, really nice. Same there. This lovely little mudguard, which is so thin you can see through it. I don't know if you can see through it, but you can see how thin it is. You can see through it. That is beautiful, lovely and nice to scale. So that's going to fit over that front wheel like that, like a little buggy. And then I don't know what that is. Oh, that was obviously on there and it's broken off. So it looks like it's probably broken part of it off. It has. It's broken part. This is the problem with chucking everything in a bag. They need to look at their packaging, don't they? But that's broken off of there and that's taken part of the flange with it. So the beauty of resin, as I always say, you just glue it back together and then just treat it, because when you break plastic, it bends and then it breaks. So it stretches and then breaks. It doesn't go back together. Resin snaps. So you just glue it back together. So if you buy any resin parts from me or anyone else and they're broken, just glue them back together. So here's our nose wheel. So that's the interface by the look of it. Up there. So that's very nice indeed. Lovely tread on there. Nice tyre lettering. And then here we've got the outer face, which is very nicely done. Come on, camera, there we go. Very nicely done. Right, so we get these back in their bags, and then we'll have a look at the Lancaster ones. So as I say, this is the problem with packaging. You start putting great big lumps in like that, with these little thin flimsy pieces, and things are going to get broken. So there we are. But as I say, beauty of resin is it does get broken, it doesn't matter. So next on the block is the Lancaster wheels. Now I bought these for the HK model. I don't think the border model is going to need them, but if it does, I've got them now, because as soon as the border model comes out, stuff like this will be gone. So if you want to get some of these, I'd get them now. So same thing again, we've got a set of, blimey, they're huge, set of instructions. Got a tail wheel and the main wheels, set of masks, and it's just basically a very simple plastic part replacement, and that's it. We've got some good colour instructions on there, if they're correct, I'm guessing, and they're weighted on wheels as well, so they're going to be great if you've got, displaying the model with a full bomb load. So, God, they weigh a ton. So here we go. So let's get these out and have a look at them. It's just the 3 parts. So much nicer than the kit parts. I've got a bit of the mould there. If you get a pink bit of rubber with your part, you've got a piece of the mould. So the next person that gets this apart from this mould will end up with a dodgy pull. So but there you see the detail on there. Really, really nice, lovely tyre lettering on there, which I don't think the kits have. Sizes as well. What's that? 24, 44, 16 is it? So yeah, see on there. See the tyre lettering and number, got the grooves. And seriously flat spotted as well. Okay, and then looking at the other side, you can see there. Very, very nice indeed. And then the tail wheel has got the central groove in it, so it's nice and accurate. We've also got the tyre lettering on the side and the grooves. So, as you can see there, very, very nice indeed. And worth every penny of £9.99. So So yeah, for £9.99, I mean, bloody hell, they're an absolute bargain. And also the B24 wheels, they were also £9.99. So all in all, nice little haul, nice to have, and there we go. So thanks for watching. Oh, another thing, a couple of people have asked or commented. One emailed, one commented. B17, I've got it here. I've been tinkering with it because I can only work on big chunky stuff because my eyes are streaming all the time. I can't see anything detailed, so I don't want to go picking up the 48 scale Lancaster and messing all the photo etch up on that. I mean, if I cough while I'm putting a lever on, it'd be gone across the room, wouldn't it? So, but yeah, working on this B24. I've now been working on getting the in here. You've got there's bulkheads in there, okay, and you've got these rods that come through. So they are actual bulkheads in there. There's a bulkhead there, and there's a bulkhead here by that number 7. So obviously, because I've reduced the size of the fuselage, I've had to sand everything down, and I've gone around and measured it and compared it to the dimensions I've got. And for some reason, I don't remember why, but I've made it 1 millimetre bigger all the way down. I have removed material all the way down the fuselage. So there we go. So yeah, so the whole thing is skinnier. But the question was asked, and I did explain in the video, but obviously people didn't understand or missed it or whatever. But obviously, if you've got two things like this, like two fuselage halves or two drop tank halves, say, that go together like this and form a circle, if you remove material from each face, you will end up with this, obviously, because, you know, if you start off with this and then you remove material, you end up with this, okay? So that was the question that was asked, and you can see in here that piece of, ignore that piece of plastic strip there, but you can see in here it's all laminated with plastic. And when you look on the end, you can see the grey plastic is gone, and then it sort of becomes, you can see the white plastic there coming through. So what I've done is basically sanded away, okay? I built the inside up with plastic and then sanded away the outside so that it retains its round shape. And the same on the top here. Now this would have been the fin on there, but I've actually cut it out and put a plastic card in there instead. And what I've done is glued the plastic card horizontal and then sanded everything round. So as you can see, what I've done is just brought, you can see I haven't sanded the sides, we've still got the rivet detail, but the bottom and the top has all been sanded. So it's basically brought it back together so it's round again, as you can see there. Okay, and now I also had to mess around with that the tail wheel bay to get that to fit in there properly. But you can see down in here I've done the same. I've added the plastic card on the inside and then sanded it around and then sanded the outside. So you end up with quite a thin section there. Sorry, you end up with a thin section of grey plastic. That's why I've added the white, the white to sort of thicken it up. The other thing is, if you're a proper detailed nutter, then these two bulkheads, this one here, which go on the main and the rear spar, they're not vertical. They actually angle back with the spars. So that's, you can see there where I've got that on an angle. Okay, that bulkhead there is on an angle the same as the, so actually all the bomb bay's got to be rebuilt and everything, which I've done. So absolute nutcase. But yeah, a lot of you have commented on this and it got a lot of interest. It's an aircraft I love. It's a kit I really wanted to do. I don't know if you remember, back in about 2006, Panda announced that they were going to do a 32nd scale. Panda Hobby were going to do a 32nd scale B17. If you've got an old catalogue of theirs from like 2005, 2006, maybe 2007, it's in there, 32nd scale B17. So we'll go take a look. But yeah, it might have been nicer than this one. Doubt it, actually. Panda weren't very good, were they? But anyway, so that's what I've been doing on that. So for those of you that asked, yeah, I added plastic on the inside here. I'll show you on this camera here. I added plastic on the bottom there. You can see the plastic in the bottom there. I hold it under the light, you'll see it better. Okay, let's get that piece of plastic out of there so it's not in your way. You see the plastic in the bottom there? Okay, so I added plastic to the inside and then sanded the outside away to retain the round shape. Alright, so there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon with a with another kit review. Bye for now.